Alright YouTube, let's do a bit of masking. I still get people requesting masking videos. I haven't actually done one for a while. I haven't really made any videos in the booth for a while. I've just been flat out. So, pretty straightforward job here. Just painting the side on this C220 Mercedes. So there's no use in pulling the headlight out because of this here. We just tuck that right in, get it in as far as you can. He did release that for me. Bit of a gap there, that'll be enough. This is another one I like to do sometimes. Show you in a sec. Just get it right up underneath there and grab my awesome Collad blade. So handy, these things. Use them all the time. And then I'll get like, because sometimes you can get a little bit of overspray coming in and wanting to come back out, and you can end up with like a bit of overspray all over the bumper if you're not careful. So keep it contained in there and do this one. If you're masking things like that where there's a possibility of having it come back out, that's a good way to do it. And things like this, you can see there, that's another possible entry point of overspray. Don't want to go and cover their engine, their nice Mercedes engine in clear coat or anything. Get a bit of that in there. Now let's do this door. If I can get it open. They're a tight one. Open it up this way. So I don't use this kind of foam very often. Sometimes I do. I decided just to do it on this one, just to show you guys an alternate method. It can probably save a little bit of masking tape. We'll do our false edge first. So I'm not going to rely on that foam tape for my edge because I don't trust it. Well, I've seen it leave you with some great big dirty edges. When I started in this trade, I never even knew about this false edge method. So for these kind of jams, you'd put that foam in there and you'd just always, just about every time without fail, you'd have to sand it back and polish it up. But doing it with the false edge, I'd say 9 times out of 10, it doesn't even need a polish. And if it does, it's just a light bit of fine polish by hand. It won't actually need a sand. Yeah, it's been a flat out day. I've been out there doing a lot of polishing today. It's been on and off this job basically all day. So the other way you can do that is just get a few strips of thick tape and just sit it in. But this time we'll do something different. You just want to keep it off the very edge of the paint, because as I say, you do get edges if you leave this right on the edge. That last little bit we'll do our door handle. Yeah, that's all I usually use it for, is the openings of door handles, for the ones that you can't get a bit of tape on from the inside. So we'll nice these clips up first. You do actually see into about here with this, so a bit of back masking up the top here. So if the front door was on, I would still always be starting from the rear door, because you won't be able to mask. If you mask your front door first, as soon as you open this, it's going to ruin your masking. So yeah, always mask your rear door first and unmask your front door first. Yeah, the first time I ever saw someone do that false edge masking, I was amazed. Like we were painting like the side of this, like one of those combo vans or something like that. Either way, it's like a commercial vehicle, and they just wanted to save a bit of paint and a bit of prep time and all that. And there was like a line that ran around like the shape of the panel on the panel van, sort of on a rectangle sort of shape. And he's like, I bet you I'll be able to paint off that. And I'm like, bullshit, man. Like, no way you'll be able to mask off there. He's like, yeah, you wait, you see. He painted it, and I was just absolutely blown away. I'm like, man, I never knew you could do that. And I think I was like 3rd or 4th year by that time too, so yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was a believer straight away. Like as soon as I actually saw it, I'm like, wow. Been using it ever since. At that shop, they actually had this little, I think it was called Easy Masker or something, Easy Mask, and it does that little false edge for you. Yeah, like at the start, it can be a little bit tricky getting the hang of doing those false edges. So yeah, look, I can't tell you guys where to get it, because the guy that got it, that had that thing, he found it in like a local hardware store. So I don't know of anyone that sells it. Yeah, if you do struggle with your false edge masking and you can find one of those, I think they were called Easy Masker or something, or Easy Mask, Easy Y, something like that. And yeah, it just basically flips the edge over and you pull it out and easy. Alright, so again, always get these edges done before you shut the door. We'll do here too. And we'll do like a small minor false edge up here, just there, where the sealer sort of gets wiped in rather than a bead. But along the bead itself, I'm happy to go straight line down there. Keep it right on the edge and all should be good. So yeah, it's one of those things, like 3M, they make some killer products all throughout the automotive industry, so your masking tapes are going to be the best from 3M. Sometimes you can get some other good brands, but hard to go past 3M. Even with their polishes, like they've got some killer polishes too. All that kind of stuff. Their sandpapers, you know, they got multiple ranges of sandpapers. Like their purple sandpapers, love their purple stuff. This purple masking tape, it's the 150 is the product code of it. It used to be a beige color and they changed it. I like it. Supposedly, like, it didn't sell in the US in the purple color. The Yanks didn't like it, but the 150, it's exactly the same as the beige stuff. So yeah, just a good quality high temp masking tape. They are kind of paper based, so like they don't last forever. You know, you can't just mask a car up and then paint it in a week. And yeah, if you get it in contact with water, it just breaks it down. All right, how's that gonna go? It should be okay. And bit of this down here. Yeah, I actually quite enjoy masking. I know I've said it a few times before in other videos, but it's relaxing. I find it pretty easy. I guess it's one of those things, like anything, once you've kind of mastered it, it does feel easy and it just comes second nature. But yeah, I remember when I started, sometimes I'd just get a bit boggled, like I'd be like, oh, where do I start, you know? And then you'd mask something up and then you'd realize that you got to take it off because you'd masked it in the wrong order or something like that. For instance, you know, masking your front door first, and then you'd be like, oh shit, I had to mask the rear door first, you know? Yeah, I guess I'll dedicate this video to my mate Gary from Rustworks, because he's a panel beater and he does struggle a little bit with masking. So I hope you're watching, Gary. And if you're in Perth and you've got a rusty old car, he will help you out. I've done a bit of work for him in the last sort of year or so. Helped out down there, he's a good dude. A Kiwi, but don't hold that against him. He's a good one. Nah, just kidding. Most Kiwis are pretty cool. Just an average everyday, you know, blue-collared worker, mate. Trying to, you know, make a name for himself, or, you know, just get by and started up a business. Should have looked at that first, eh? You can see that foam tape has actually bridged the gap, but I'm still relying on that false edge to actually give me the good edge that isn't going to build up with clear coat or anything. Hate it when this happens. Hopefully we'll be able to fix it. Oh yeah. Here's my Colad blade coming in handy again. Awesome, mate, awesome. We'll get this in. Yeah, I always put the sticky side out, so you spin them around in circles and put the sticky side out, so help it to stick in there, but sometimes you got to put an extra bit of tape in there. Yeah, because we don't have a detail. Well, we got a detailer, but he just washes cars. He's pretty much flat out all day washing cars, so a lot of the time I've got to go and help out doing the polishing. That's all good. I don't even mind it. Like I remember hating it because I was kind of, you know, tortured with it as an apprentice. You'd have to do everyone else's polishing. So, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that was your time to just polish. You know, get the cars to go. But yeah, actually getting out there, once you get your head around it, hey, polish, it's not that bad, man. Like my jobs don't come out. Well, usually, most of the time, they're not too bad. You know, like they're not too dirty. And depending on the colour and the kind of car you're working on, sometimes I'll just tungsten and then polish the tungsten marks up without actually sanding it back, so I don't actually block it back with 2000 or anything. The tungsten does wonders. We'll just do a bit of back mask in here, and it's one of those things, like when I'm painting, I'm just not going to focus like heaps of paint in there, so it's not going to build up in there and leave me with an edge. Like I used to, all these edges here, I'd spend forever like masking them down and false edging, and back masking is the way to go these days. I've sped up my methods even in the last couple of years, you know. Always trying to refine your methods to, you know, get the jobs done a bit quicker for the boss and get them done so I don't have to work Saturdays. Oh, I don't want to anymore. The boss actually asked me to work last Saturday. I'm like, nah man, I'm not really interested in it. I'd rather have my weekends to myself these days than the extra bit of money, you know. If anything, I'd love to do 3-day weeks. It'd give me more time to make videos and stuff like that. That'd be really cool, but yeah, sometimes I get home, or, well, not sometimes, every time I get home I'm just knackered and I just want to sit down and watch some YouTube myself and just chill out. Watch a movie or something with the missus and just take it easy. So yeah, like I used to when I started this YouTube channel, just like go home all excited about the job that I've just painted and want to share it with the world. But these days I don't do any editing during the week. I'm just straight home. That's enough for me for one day. I want to get off my feet and just relax. And yeah, as far as answering comments go, during the week I just don't have time. And then on the weekends it's like, well, you could either spend time answering comments or you could make the next video and answer, you know, maybe if you get the chance in the video I'll make a mention to one or two of the comments. So yeah, we're out. Here's one I prepared earlier. Always keep an extra backup roller tape in there. Love that little booth box, keeps everything nice and clean. So here we go, this is that false edge I was telling you about before. You just flick that edge over, pull it out. It's really not that hard at all. But again, it's one of those things, once you've got the hang of it, it's not hard, but first few times can be a bit clumsy. yeah, I was thinking about my apprenticeship before, and I'm like, yeah, wow, I think I went in the booth like the very first time I painted with the other painter, and apart from that, it was, unless you actually had issues in the booth, you'd just do it all by yourself. You know, you'd ask the questions, and you know, pretty enthusiastic about it. I always was, you know, like keen on spray painting, and like I was so excited when they said that I was going to paint this job. It was, still remember, it was like an XF Falcon, paint down the side of an XF Falcon. Crystal Mint Green was the name of the colour, and I didn't actually put the colour down, but yeah, the tradesman put the colour down, and he's just like, come with me, you're painting that job. And I'm like, what, are you serious? I was like so excited. I need a bit more tape in that. What are you doing, Gunny? Too busy talking shit. Yeah, so that's how it is, mate. You just gotta learn some things just by your own mistakes, I guess, and ask the right questions. Yeah, it kind of looks like that would have made it when the bonnet's open, but it's a bit better. Adjust gap in bonnet. They can do that later, it's not my job. Yeah, so it's Thursday afternoon at the moment. What are we coming up to 3:30? Should have just perfect amount of time to paint this. It's not going to take long to paint. Obsidian black, color code is 197. Pretty cool color. Well, you can barely actually even see the metallic in there, but you get it out in the sun, it's kind of nice metallic-y black. It's been around for a long time, this one. And why not? You got it right on this one, Mercedes. Why change it? Why fix what ain't broken? Yeah, so what else? Instagram TV. Had someone say, oh, why don't you do Instagram TV? So that's the new thing Instagram has done. Like I've got a reasonable size following on Instagram, 20,000 or thereabouts followers there, and they released this new thing where you can do long play videos, sort of like YouTube, but to me it's nothing like YouTube, because part of YouTube is actually making content that people would want to watch. But Instagram TV, like I went to sign up to it, you know, like create the account through my existing account, and they're like, oh, before you go, you do know that like you have to hold your phone in portrait, like you can't even hold it on the side. So I don't know what kind of editing you can do, but obviously you can only do it on your phone, you know. If they created a platform that was accessible from computers or smart TVs or something like that, maybe I would, you know, spend my time. And there's also no incentive to do it. Like, what are you getting out of it? You know, just a bit of an ego boost out of the likes, you know. So yeah, I'm not going to waste my time on that. It doesn't really sound like much, if any, of a competition to YouTube. One thing that's always pissed me off about Instagram is that you can't even upload from your computer. So, you know, I've got old photos that I would have liked to have shared through Instagram that I've got on my computer, but you're not allowed to upload from your computer. It's weird. It's like, yeah. So you can obviously get those images, send them to your phone and then upload them, but it's just a stuffer, and it's not even worth it for the sake of, you know, just getting a photo into Instagram. It's like, yeah, why bother? As far as Facebook goes, I haven't used that in probably it'd have to be a year for my personal page, and 6 months or more for the Gunman page. I'm just, yeah, totally over the whole mind control and, you know, manipulation of what you see. And yeah, these days, like, if it was a bit of a different platform and you had to pay for it, like these days, I'm happy to pay for YouTube Premium, or they used to call it YouTube Red when I signed up, but they call it YouTube Premium now. I'm happy to pay $10 or so a month for no ads, support the platform and creators, and get away from the ads, constant ads that you always see on YouTube. And you know, look, at the end of the day, I'm not like hating on the ads, because without it I wouldn't make any money off YouTube. But yeah, I'm more than happy to pay a few bucks. And that's why I say to people, you know, you're best off, don't support me on Patreon, get yourself YouTube bread. Anyway, enough gas bag and gunny. We just want to know how to mask your car up. Talking shit again, eh? Alright. Yeah, I was at the point before with one of my collab blades that I sharpened it up. It was so old and I didn't have any backups that I got a bit of 180 grit sandpaper and sharpened the bloody thing up. That's how much I like these things. I'd rather do that box on with a slightly blunt blade than use the old school razor blades. Again, make sure you get these plastic sheets up the right way. If you don't, the paint does flake off. That's not fun. One of the guys I worked with years ago, when I worked here the first time, I had to go out the back and do some polishing or something. I'm like, hey dude, can you mask this car up for me? You know, and he needs it painted today, so he's helped me out. You know, I can't complain too much. He did try to help, but he got the plastic upside down. And I got a couple of coats of base coat on and I started clearing. When I was using the higher pressure with clearing, the base coat just started flaking off the plastic and made an absolute mess out of my job. And it's little things like that, which is why a lot of the time I just prefer to do like my jobs myself. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, do you want to hand it over? No, thanks, I'll do it. At least if you do it yourself, you know it's done properly, you know. And that's a good example as to, it can be something really small, just a slight little brain fade can make a big difference to a job, you know. Yeah, I haven't uploaded onto my Raw channel for ages. Well, by the time you see this, I might be going back to like one every second day, but I've still been getting a bit of footage here and there, but I just, been busy on the weekends, like on the main channel, I try to get like one video done a week. Sometimes on the weekend I might get 2 done and then I'll upload them but won't actually publish them yet, so I still stick to one video gets published a week, but sometimes if I'm ahead I might be like, hey, I'll have this weekend off and just chill out and spend the time at home with the missus or something, you know, a bit of a break. I can totally understand where some of those bigger YouTubers get burnt out. Like, I only do one video a week and it's still, you know, it's a bit of work involved. It's probably the hardest social media site to gather a following on. I think so anyway. But the best. The best. I never thought I'd be able to get 100,000 subscribers. Never thought that possible when I started. But I got there. It's amazing. Well, we got there. You got us there. On the main channel, that is. But even the raw channel's doing good. It's up to like 15,000, which isn't exactly a small channel, you know. So again, thanks to all my subscribers for being cool. Even the people that hate me, that watch me, it's like, thank you. A view's a view. That's how I look at it. A like's a like, a dislike's a dislike, and as far as I know, I don't think there's any, like, as far as YouTube's concerned, the algorithms, I don't think it matters if you dislike or you like the video. But personally, like, I'm from the camp of, unless it's just a once-off that you didn't like that video specifically, if you actually are a hater, if you are a hater, like, the worst thing that you could do for my channel is just not watch. And that's what I do. Like, if there's people that I don't like, I just don't watch them. I'm not going to give them my watch time, you know what I mean? I just don't. Yeah, I guess some people just don't even understand that. Like, they just don't even get the worst thing that they can do to you, even if they hate you, is just not to watch you. But really, like, I think I've been pretty lucky considering the amount of views and all that I've got. Like, to have very minimal haters. You get the odd one every now and then, and I'm not ashamed to say that I block them. You know, I don't have time for that crap in my life. Not these days. You know, I'll give you a chance, couple of chances, but if you just keep being a dick, sorry mate, I'm not here to read your stupid negative comments. Still going. Yep, she's still going, hasn't overheated yet, couldn't be too far off it. So next step is to give her a wax and grease remover. I'm not going to worry about when I'm wetting it. The whole door got primed. It was actually a second-hand door. The inside was pretty clean, so I just gave that a scuff back with 500 grit. I'll just put my base coat straight down. Again, just find that sealer line, mask on the sealer line. No one's ever going to see the edge. Well, the tail light covers it anyway, but yeah. Yeah, I'd like to spend more time at home, mate. Nah, like doing just a few projects. Like, I recently painted my gaming table at home, and that thing just looks amazing. I got helped out by Jones, that's his name, Jones. If you forget, just think Indiana. So Jones from Jones Customs here in Perth, he's got like a stencil cutter. And yeah, he went above and beyond, helping me, above and beyond what I ever would have expected. And yeah, he helped me out making a design up for that gaming table, and It's got all these logos on it. You might have seen it on my Instagram page. If not, go over and check it out. I think I would like to actually upload that video too if you're a non-Instagrammer. But yeah, the reason I actually don't mind Instagram is because it's just photos, you know, like you don't have the political, well, some people can post political stuff. It just seems like a bit more of a positive community than Facebook as well. Like Facebook can be pretty toxic, I think, and just idiots just arguing over stupid shit and getting, like, no one wins in those stupid arguments, you know. Like, you might feel as if you've won because you got him, but you know, the amount of mental time and energy you've spent on it, does anyone win? You know, it's just like, I don't have time for that crap. Apart from and that's just even apart from the mind control bullshit, Zuckerberg. And I watched this Thoughty too. I'm sure a few of you would know Thoughty too. He's got a YouTube channel, like an English guy, and he put it perfectly. He goes, when you don't pay for a platform, you are the product. So, you know, you guys watching YouTube, if you're not paying for YouTube Premium to get rid of all the ads and that, you're the product, you know. They're tailoring those ads towards you so that you can buy something. But I think, yeah, the way going forward in the future is just going to be better. Just spend a few bucks on your social media sites and take all that bullshit advertising away. Even if it was like, you know, Facebook was like $1 per month or something like that. You know, what's $12 a year? Not a great deal really, but to you know, have a ad-free platform, it might be an improvement. You know, I mean, personally, it wouldn't get me back. No way. Like I've got no interest on going back onto Facebook at all. I was going to delete Facebook years ago. I had my finger hovering over it. I was like one click away. It was like, are you sure? I'm like, better not. Like, you feel as if you're going to miss something. But now I know that you're not missing anything, man. Well, nothing very important. I look at people on Facebook and I think, poor you. I remember when I used to do that. Like, be a Facebook tragic, you know. Just scrolling through garbage after garbage. To me, it's like rummaging through the bin, you know, when you're looking on Facebook. And look, honestly, even on Instagram, like, I enjoy posting stuff, but you can call me an arrogant bastard all you like, I don't really care. It's all about me. Like, I don't sit there for ages, like, looking at other people's posts. Like, sometimes if I get tagged in something, I'll have a quick look at it and, you know, leave a comment for someone else, but that's mainly for fans, you know. I don't sit there and follow the Instagram models and all that crap, you know. I'm not interested in it. I've got better things to do with my life. I'd rather watch some YouTube videos of my favourite YouTubers, you know, and a couple of my favourites are SNES Drunk. I like to watch the retro gaming channels. SNES Drunk, Steaker's Retro Corner, he's killer. Like, he's got some of my favourite videos on YouTube. I'm still surprised he doesn't have like 10 times, if not 100 times the amount of subscribers that he's got. He makes some really good reviews. I'd like to see him get to the point where he can go full time, but for some reason he just, I reckon he makes great videos, but he just doesn't seem to get the subscribers and the views. So Steaker's Retro Corner, I like him that much that I ended up sending him over a care package. I sent a game, like, because he's into his RPGs, Japanese role-playing games, same as me. I got this game, which I personally didn't really like that much, but he'd played a few of the other ones in the series, and I'm like, man, I'll give it to you. So sent that over. I think I sent like a stubby cooler, a t-shirt, and yeah, just a few Gunman things. So I don't do those kind of nice things to many people, but yeah, Steaker, mate, he's a legend. And if you're into your retro games, I recommend going over and checking out his channel. I haven't just watched all of his videos, I've watched a few of them multiple times. And yeah, he always replies to comments too. That's one thing I like about watching smaller YouTubers, you know, like, they're more likely to reply to you as well. I understand why. I mean, I am a big YouTuber and I don't reply to all my comments. I'll do my best to get back to some. But yeah, I understand why the bigger ones don't, but it's still cool when you do get a reply. Even Matthew Santoro, that guy's got like 6 million subscribers, and I've seen him hit the love button on a few of my comments. That's cool. He's a Canadian guy living in LA at the moment, and he does like top 10s. I like his videos. I like his sort of silly, childish humour, and yeah, the top 10 videos he does are pretty cool. Yeah, we're still recording, and we're nearly masked up, so there was a little bit around here and we're done. Yeah, another channel I watch basically every night is Philip DeFranco. Every night after work I'll watch his news channel. He's a big one. I don't really watch any of the skeptic community much anymore. Like I used to watch Sargon of Akkad and Computing Forever and Stephen Molyneux, I think his name is, and all that stuff. It just got a bit, I don't know, taxing on the brain. It just gets a bit too much after a while, so I just try to keep it positive, you know, in my viewing time. I don't want to watch too much heavy shit anymore. I know how crazy the SJWs are, but I don't need to focus on it every day when I come home from work, you know. Try to make this thing so it doesn't fall off when I'm painting. Probably should really be getting a bit of wire, but I'm not. I'll be careful. See the boss in here in 2 hours. Why the hell weren't you careful? No, try being careful. Nah, that shouldn't go anywhere. Alright, ready to prep so. I'm gonna have to go and change the batteries, and we're gonna get in here and paint some shit. See you in a minute.